Yaz.
We're
I can
live.
remember.
We're live. Let
Finally.
me just adjust my camera here. We are live on the 20-minute Tim's Christmas party. It is up and running. People can see us. People can comment. How does that?
Finally.
There we go.
Who's that? Is that The Rock or something like that?
That's The Rock, mate. That's The Rock. What happened was, very handily, YouTube have changed their format. They've changed their.
Yes. I love it when they do that. I love it when platforms change their format when you're trying to use it.
Just when I logged in tonight, what happened was YouTube changed the platform and I had to do an update. And do you know what's really helpful as well? You won't believe this. The comments used to appear for me on a little screen to my right on my computer. Now they only appear to my left. So and I've not learned how to put them up on the screen, but I will read out people's comments. Hello everybody, let me just run. Tam Flanagan says, oh, in fact, there's so many people watching. Jeez, oh, this is Ryan Docherty's here, Brad Cooper, Rory Anderson, Slick Rick says, all right, everyone, Ricardo Garvin.
No, that one, Brad Cooper. I'm assuming it's not
Cooper.
That one. It might well be. It might be a big Tim.
What, the curiously handsome Bradley Cooper, the one that all the women fancy.
Stephen disputes this. That's
what I mean. Bradley Cooper isn't handsome.
Spoon-faced. Yeah,
he looks like a man that works in an ice cream van. Michael McDonald, Ryan Docherty says, what do I do if the fire alarm goes off? The exits are here, and here. The Friday night phone-in is off then, says the Stato. The Stato's not paying attention. Friday night phone-in dropped already today.
Yep, around 5 o'clock.
Stephen Pickering says, evening guys, Jelly, Ryan Bias, Beezy Boy, Brad Cooper, getting the comments in. Double Dunton in the comments. Kevin McCormick, Aidan McDonald, everyone's here. Tom Flanagan says, what we all drinking? I have. Can you guess what this is?
Can't see it, mate.
Yeah, can't see it.
Oh, you two can't see it.
That's
but
the
viewers can see it, but you can't see it. There you go for the boys.
An old fashioned.
That is an old
Orangina.
A Christmas. It's cold tea. That's what it is, Stephen. It's a Christmas old fashioned.
Remember Orangina? It's absolutely disgusting. That was the one with the orange bits floating about in it. Oh, absolutely revolting.
Yeah, you had to shake it up before you opened the fizzy drink.
Yeah.
What a good idea. Yeah. CD Murphy says old fashioned. Correct. Peter Diamond, I've managed to link this to my telly. Told you, Melly. Told you, Melly. It's a
Melly on the telly.
It's a television show. Celebrate good. So why don't we just all run through our Christmas jumpers first of all? Melly, what have you got on?
Can you see the full thing? It's wee Celtic reindeer from official Celtic merchandise. I had to go against the old sack the board and purchase
supporting
it.
the board.
But technically I didn't.
Shill.
I had a t-shirt I had to take back, so I just swapped it for this, and I got the old Celtic hat as well. So.
Speaking of taking back, your old dad's no daft. There you go. This will be going back tomorrow. Kept the receipt. Stephen, what have you got on there?
This is some kind of polar bear that says Merry Christmas over the top of it with a nice wee bauble there. I used to have one of those light up ones. Do you remember the famous picture of Andy Murray looking absolutely miserable on Christmas Day?
Yes.
That he was posing, and I used to have that exact jumper. It had a kind of LED display on it that was like a roaring fireplace sitting right in the middle of it. I used to have that, but it's probably perished by now. That was several Christmases ago. At one point, there was a few years ago, my cousin brought her dog to Christmas Day, and I basically just spent all day playing about with it and all that.
Is this the famous photo where you?
Yeah. It's Piper, Jamie, who you know well, but the dog ate a load of like Christmas leftovers and then just came and played all over me. So the jumper absolutely stank of gravy and onions and all that for about 6 months. So I basically had to get rid of it. Worth it though, absolutely worth it.
Rory Anderson bets on someone here working in the Celtic shop. Jamie tries to return that. The guy in the Celtic shop gave me grief the day, so I went in and I've got obviously I wear my face mask to be COVID secure. Just before I tell the rest of my story, do you remember when COVID started? You had all these Tory MPs refusing to wear muzzles. Remember that steez? Remember that flex that lasted for about a week before they all realised they were old men in their 70s and they were going to die. So I said, the guy in the Celtic shop gave me grief for having the blue Adidas mask.
Oh yeah.
Right, but he was good because I said, mate, I went online, they had none of the black ones left. He's like, I've got black ones here, 3 for 15 quid. So he's trying to flog me black masks, and I had to do that thing where I didn't want to buy them, but I had to be polite about it, so I had to make up a good excuse. So I went, have they got the Celtic badge on them? He went, nah mate, they don't. I went, nah, it doesn't matter then. So I got myself out of that one. Support the team, sack the jumpers, Beansy Boy says. So, people are wondering, did someone open a can there?
I did, yes. A can of Corona. In fact, we're doing too many adverts these days, Jamie. On the tactics board, you were plugging Uber Eats. Melly started inexplicably doing adverts for The Athletic on the Friday phone-in, and now I'm punting Corona. So get in touch, all of those companies. We'll invoice you.
We will invoice you. So people are wondering, obviously, fantastic salesmanship. Tom Flanagan says, promote that guy. People are wondering, obviously, what is the script tonight? What is going on? And the answer is...
Fuck knows. Your guess is as good as mine. It's a party.
The answer is, it's the 20-minute Tim's Christmas party. We're all going to have a drink. We're all going to hang out. We're going to read your comments. And what we're going to do is...
Do you know what else it is?
What?
It's going to be the best Christmas party you go to, because it's the only one you go to.
It's the only Christmas party you go to. We could have done this on Zoom. We don't know how to work Zoom, but we know how to work YouTube. So Sean Atkins says, is there ever a script? Sean, no, there is never a script for anything we do on 20-minute Tims. There's never a script. But Stephen, I hear the viewers say, what is that behind you? Oh, as I ask Stephen to tell us what that is behind him, he drops. Stephen, you can't tell us. This is like Christmas Panto, but you legitimately can't tell us because you have dropped off the stream.
I'm still here.
Yeah.
I'm currently doing melee. Currently doing melee. I'm invisible, but I'm still with both of you. I can see and hear both of you absolutely fine. Let me know when I come back then.
It's okay. Why don't you just... Tom Flanagan says he's behind. Why don't you just tell us without illustrating exactly what's happening?
Right.
Let me tell you exactly what's going on and why we have so many problems with the stream. Particularly where Stephen and Melly stay. The internet connection is famously bad. Yeah. So we just have
can't even get 5G here.
You can't even get 5G. You're lucky to get 4G.
Good, because that gives you Corona, mate. So that's nice and safe around here. I'm fine with that.
Stephen's back. It gives you 5G. So we literally can do nothing about, unless we want to dig up the ground and put down fibre optics where Stephen and Melly stay. We can't improve that connection. But you're back, Stephen, now. So good. Behind you, the viewers see something. It's a bit blurry, but they can make it out. What is it? What is it?
Well,
why don't you tell them?
Eagle-eyed viewers will have noticed that I have no expense spared. I had some professional set builders in today to beef the place up a bit, to make it look like a game show studio, and I'm sure you can agree they've done a good job. Cost an absolute fortune. That's the Patreon dollars at work here. What we have behind me here is effectively a Celtic advent calendar of sorts, right? On this board, on this advent calendar, are 25 cards, each with Celtic-related trivia questions on them.
Okay.
So what we're planning to do, what we're hopefully going to do is, periodically, we'll get folk in to pick a card and answer a question, and maybe potentially win yourself a wee prize, just for shits and giggles. There's not really much of a competitive element to it. It's not like the traditional pub quiz we were doing over lockdown. It's just answer one question and see what you can win.
And you know what? We've never done this before. We've never attempted to live add someone. So what we're going to do is, Craig Murphy, I see you in the chat, so I'm picking you first. I'm going to try to add you to this broadcast, big man. We're going to add Craig to the broadcast. So I hope you've got your Skype open. Don't fuck us about, Craig. Make sure everything's ready to go.
See if he does a Leslie Grant from here. We're on to
We're going to
somebody coming on hunched over like a cashew, just absolutely seeing to themselves. That would be most welcome. It is a party after all.
We are calling Craig Murphy. We're adding him to the chat.
So where we're waiting, a wee bit on it. I haven't picked the questions in any way. I've basically drawn them completely at random out of a Celtic-based board game. It's that Celtic taxi driver thing or whatever it is. So
Craig's on.
I don't know. All right, son. How's it going, Craig?
He's taking Melly's. Right, there we go. How you doing, mate? Wait a second. We're going to add you to the broadcast. There we go. There we go. So what we're going to do, Melly's dropped off. There's Craig. How you doing, my man?
Good. I'm good. How we doing, boys?
Not too bad. Not too bad. Well, Craig, for Stephen, for your benefit and Melly, Craig on the software that we use has replaced Melly. So the viewers can
I
only
can see both.
Me.
I can see everyone.
We can only see me and Craig. Craig, what I want you to do here is, 1, give us a Celtic opinion, and then 2, pick top, middle, or bottom, and then Stephen will ask you a question. So first up, a Celtic opinion.
Give us a carol.
Yes.
Oh, Celtic opinion. I am not on the Lenny bus. Absolutely not. Used to do some security in Glasgow, and John Kennedy was in.
Nothing libelous, Craig. Nothing libelous.
No, he's absolutely huge. Absolutely huge.
Kennedy,
Yeah.
You just, man, we're shut about 15 minutes ago. Can you please leave? Because if you don't want to, I can't do anything about it. But I know, yeah. So no, good to see a couple of new players in, freshened up. So yeah, feeling much better about it.
But you're still not on the Lenny bus.
Nah, to be honest,
Kennedy, man.
This might sound like a sort of Harry hindsight. Never really was, but I was exactly the loudest about not being on it. But anyway,
okay.
Top. So what have I got?
Well, you've got pick a number between 1 and 25
Oh, right,
basically
okay.
to get
Stephen's
your
numbered
random
them, so
question.
pick
Yeah,
a-
they're
pick a
all
number
numbered.
between
Yep,
1 and
they're all numbered.
25.
1 to 25. The advent calendar is there.
Number 1. Let's just go
Number one.
Number
That's a
one.
good start. Logical. We've got
Big pressure, Craig.
number
Big
one.
pressure.
Look at this.
No, this
First one in. First one in. You need to get this question right.
It hasn't even fallen apart yet. I was
tremendous.
I was about to say I put this together, but the professionals put it together quite well. Okay, for a random prize, and key here is I don't know what the prizes are. That is up to one of the other guys. Has written them down. Yep, Melly has them. So that number 1 corresponds to some random prize that Melly has in front of him. So when you're ready. Which 2 ex-Dundee United players scored on their Celtic debuts against Partick Thistle in 2015?
Oh, that's a tricky one.
Me and you were at that game, Jamie.
I'm thinking
so
there's
we
3.
were.
So what have we got? We've either got 2015.
On their debuts against Partick Thistle, both scored.
So I don't. So I'm narrowing it down to 3: Mackay Stevens, Armstrong, and Chifty. But I don't think Chifty. He didn't score many.
He sure did.
So I'm going to go for Armstrong and Mackay Stevens.
Oh, is it right, Stephen?
Armstrong, Mackay, Stephen. Oh, you've come with that tension, lads. Is correct. He's got it. He's nailed it. Well done, Craig. He has won a mystery prize.
There we go. Melly, why don't you tell Craig what he's won?
Craig, you have won a gold badge from the TMT, a solid gold badge.
Absolutely
What a
wonderful.
surprise.
Thanks very much for joining us, Craig. The software requires you to hang up, so we can't cut you off.
I suppose that in a way, the viewers, anyone else we get into this, has probably been given a window into the type of prizes we are going to be giving away.
Yes.
Unfortunately, this wall does not part to reveal a boat or like a trip to the Maldives or like a washing machine or anything like that. It's general 20-minute Tim stuff, but it is a bit of a mystery as to what corresponds to what number. But well done, Craig.
Jet skis. Thank you, Craig. Thanks very much for coming on.
Cheers, mate.
Super. Great
Cheers,
work,
man.
Keep it up. Have a nice Christmas when it gets
You
here.
too, man.
You too, mate. Thank
Thanks,
you very
man.
much.
Well, that went fairly well. That went fairly well for a first go, so that's encouraging.
Just an example of some of the laughs that we have here. If you don't mind me saying
Back
so.
on screen, aye.
You're back on screen, Melly, yeah, but for some reason we're on a grid pattern that we weren't in before. So I don't really know how to. I don't know how to fix it. To be perfectly honest with you.
Everybody's had a few drinks. Nobody's bothered, are they?
No, nobody's bothered. So yeah, so let me try and fix this 1 second. There we go. We're back. So as you can see, that's the plan for tonight. We're going to give people up. Hostage situation, Craig. Make them give you a mug too, says Rory Anderson. Stephen Pickering said 25 gold 25 gold badges, isn't it? He said. Tam Flanagan says plot twist. There's one mug. I'll let you into a little secret. Yeah, there's definitely more than one mug. So I suppose whilst they're here, we should turn our attention a little bit to Celtic, boys. It is the cup final, and when I said on the podcast a couple of weeks ago, or last week it was, are we maybe overlooking the excitement of this cup final just because things are a bit drab over in Celticville or Loserville, as RPM Como might call it? What's his name? What's that guy's name?
Roger Mitchell.
Roger Mitchell, and he puts where he lives. Sean Bradley says very smooth that was. Look, better than the BBC. I'm going to ask you the question again. Are you feeling more up for the cup final now, especially that the Huns had a wee slip up. Not in the same competition, obviously, but a wee slip up always makes things feel a bit sweeter, doesn't it, Melly?
Oh yes, I'm starting to get there after Monday night. My mate Gary, who we all know, texted me saying, "I can't believe you're not up for the cup," and I was like, "That's you listening to Jamie putting words in my mouth. I did not say that." But the more the weeks went on, I'm just getting more and more excited about the game. I've sort of got over the season so far, and that Wednesday night, just Rangers going out the cup really gave me a boost. Not because I always love seeing them win; it brings me a certain joy that you just can't describe, but just the fact that was it. That was a tap in for them. Celtic are out the cup. They just go in, they win that, they win a trophy in March, and then it gives them that boost. They get that monkey off their back, but they bottled it again. And I don't really like the term bottled it in football, but I think in this instance, they really did. And now it just gives Celtic this chance to win this game on Sunday, hopefully win a cup, and then get a good wee run before the Rangers game, because it's now shown they're not invincible. They can be beaten, so it's given us a wee bit of belief.
Well, that's it, Stephen. It's always good to see the Huns lose, and admittedly it has been a couple of months since we've seen the Huns lose. But do you think that loss, do you think that would permeate into the Celtic players' heads to think, God, these guys aren't invincible? We can crack the armour.
Yeah, I suppose so, but I suppose that's a task for later. It's about Hearts. The Rangers have got nothing to do with this current competition, obviously, because they were out of last season's competition. But
by Hearts as well.
Yeah, of course. And but it augurs well going forward for Celtic in that they've started just in the last couple of weeks or so. I know they won their most recent game, but they've conceded their first goal for ages as well. They've got 21 clean sheets or something this season. They conceded a goal, and then all of a sudden they've conceded 3 goals against this unfancied opposition. So good signs. I'm not getting carried away. We've not really earned the right to start gloating about it, although we did have a bit of Twitter fun after it, didn't we? We had a wee bit of fun with that.
That woman with the treble Maya. Let me ask you a question, right? Who is out there with a flag printing machine printing flags that say treble my arse on them?
You sure? You sure?
And then think of the journey. So she's walking to the game and she sees a flag that says treble my arse on it, and she's like, "It's a one for me, Jack."
I'd love the flag and scarf industry to have the same kind of moral code.
A scarf, not a flag.
Yeah. I'd love them to have
it herself.
Maybe. I'd love them to have the same moral code as like tattoo artists, where if you turn up with a ridiculous idea like that, they'll say, "Look, I'm not taking your money for that. I wouldn't dream of putting that on your body." I wish scarf manufacturer would sometimes say, "I don't know if we really want Bart Simpson pissing on a Rangers scarf on that scarf. Take that somewhere else. We'll gladly do that for you, but I'm not taking your money for that. I'm sorry. I'm not sullying my name with that design."
We're going to pull up another viewer. This time it's Michelle de Felice. So
Feliz Navidad.
Feliz Navidad. Hey, Feliz Navidad. Michelle.
Hello there.
1 second.
Oh, hello.
There we go. The troops are on
quick.
screen. Yeah. What happens is every time we bring someone on screen, Melly disappears. I don't know why. That's the software that does that. How are we getting on, Michelle? You're live. You're live now. Oh. Hi. We can hear you. There we go. We can hear you. How are you getting on?
Fine, thanks. Yep.
Can't see us, but I can see it on that screen. Can you see us one there?
We can see you. Don't you worry. We can see you just fine. Michelle, I remember you from the pub quiz days. An absolute whiz. Did you not win one of the lockdown pub quizzes?
We did, but he's the expert.
Is he the Celtic?
Oh, it's tainted. It's a tainted quiz when I see it all comes out.
This should be an.
I'm the famous Lorenzo, guys.
Oh, you're the famous.
Oh yeah, right. Okay.
Right. It's a Patreon couple. That makes more sense. Right, give us a Celtic opinion and then pick a number from 1 to 25 and answer the quiz.
2 to 25.
2 to 25. Number 1's been taken.
Right. I'll be honest with you guys, I'm not kicking the Lenny ball either.
Oh. We need something a bit more controversial than this.
I know, I was liking them up until all this happened this season with the European escapade and following the amount of points that were hit behind Rangers now and all that. So I'm not really, I don't know. I mean, we'll see what happens now that he's brought Sorrow and Turnbull into the team, but could he not have done that months ago. You know,
Well,
I know he said that as well.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. He's had these players, for a wee while now, especially Soro. He's had him since January.
Exactly. So
It's amazing, isn't it? A year at the club and only just establishing himself. It's absolutely incredible. And as it was said in commentary during the Lille game, it's not like we're talking about 17-year-olds here. These guys are all like 22 and maybe even approaching 23. These guys need to be playing by now, surely. So if not now, then when?
Soro could be the new Ibui Kouassi, the guy that actually is meant to play down.
But the Ibui Kouassi that actually plays, I suppose.
Aye.
Right, pick a number. Because you need to bring out that pub quiz brain again, the one that won so many pub quizzes, so go for it.
There's no Google here, Lorenzo, either. So
melee with the snide there.
What did they say? I missed that.
There's no Google here.
Oh, right. Right, number 13.
Number 13.
Oh, 13. Oh. The Colin Kazim Richards.
There we go.
Is that his number, was it?
Aye.
Jeez, again, to reiterate, these are completely at random, right? I didn't pick the questions, I just drew them at random out of the box. Right. Honestly. By what scoreline did Celtic defeat Rangers in Martin O'Neill's first Glasgow derby in 2000?
Right.
I mean, come on.
Come on.
Would that perhaps be 6-2?
Oh, well done. Right, there's another question on here. Let's go for this one for a bonus, just for shits and giggles, just for fun.
Right.
From which Scottish club did Celtic sign midfielder Barry Robson in 2008?
Dundee United.
It is correct. 2 for 2. Well done.
Correct answer. Melly, what is the prize for Michelle and the famous DJ Lorenzo?
Well, they're going to have to share this one. It is a brand new TMT mug.
Well, there we go.
Yes, guys, I've got one of the old ones, but a new one will come in handy.
The jewel in the crown of TMT merch there, a TMT mug. Thanks very much.
So glad that
Michelle.
wasn't another gold badge there, Barry. So glad it wasn't another one.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for joining us.
Cheers, folks. Thank you very much.
And let me just readjust this software here. Obviously, there we go. And Melly's back. That was smooth as silk. Right, so Tom.
Can't believe those questions, by the way. That's outrageous. What a luck of the draw that was.
There we go. If you guys could talk amongst yourselves while I do some housekeeping here.
Oh, he's doing some housekeeping. Well, I've got a wee game for you two as well. If we want to do a wee quiz, what I've done is I've picked a couple of random Celtic players over the years and I've grouped them into 3 groups. So there's 3 players in each group. You need to guess the players and guess why I have grouped them in this group. Now, what I'll do is...
Stop saying the word group.
Yeah, say here, Melly. Say group more.
I will tell you...
Whiskey is strong, by the way, just so you know. just so you know, right? I had one before the podcast.
Oh, a wee Dutch courage.
Nearly finished one here. Definitely going to have another one. Anyway, carry on.
So what I'll do is I will give you in no order... the teams that this guy has played for apart from Celtic, and you can interject and try and guess. Okay, so I'll start off with the first one. Right, who we go for? We will go... Right, here we go.
Okay.
Bradford City.
Right.
Any guesses?
Oh, gee, what, you just want me to guess someone that played for Bradford City and Celtic?
Yeah. You can just say no and pass and I'll give you another one, but the quicker you get in, the more chance you've got.
Bear in mind this is for other people's benefit as well, so we don't want to spend too much time thinking dead air is a crime, Stephen.
Right, okay, I'll give you
a good question.
Another team. Celta Vigo.
Bradford and Celta Vigo. Fuck, I feel like I should know it. Oh.
Cadete? Yes, Stephen, correct.
Oh, yes.
Cadete.
Screw Blockbusters.
We've got some people joining.
I forgot about Bradford.
I'll do 2 more players and then you can guess the group. So that's 1-0, Stephen. I'll just go through the teams a bit quicker this time, okay?
Okay, sorry.
Southampton.
Okay.
Blackburn.
Steve Guffey.
Man City.
No.
Nope. Man City.
Berkovic.
Star of the O'Neill years. I'll be
2-0.
Can't wait till we bring out that. Oh, what? Me and Steve are against each other here?
Yes, 2-0 to Stephen.
I thought it was like a collaboration, so I need to get the next. Right, okay.
Right, you need to get this one to get a wee bit of consolation here.
Okay.
Right, here we go. Leeds United.
Viduka.
He's done it. He's absolutely...
Hold on a fucking minute. Are these not in order? Are you not reading them in order?
I told you that in no specific
Oh,
order.
I thought you meant the players were in order. I didn't know if the clubs were in order. Cheat. That's it. I think the viewers can see I've been cheated out of that one.
And Stephen, for a bonus prize, why would I group these three players together?
Oh, I hadn't thought of that. Right, so we've got Viduka, Berkovic, and Cadet.
They're all foreign in melee. We know how you feel.
5.
They all scored on their debut.
No, they are Celtic bad boys who went on strike against the club.
Oh, yeah, that's a good shout.
They went on strike. So I'm going to call up Philip Bradley now. Here we go. And if I could change it, I'm sorry if I can't, but it just so happens that melee disappears every time I click add. But we can hear.
That's fine because it's better Stephen seeing these wee cards.
That is true. We're calling Philip Bradley, so we need Philip Bradley to answer the phone. What the problem is, if you call someone and they take a long time to answer, then we've got a couple of minutes. There we go.
Hi guys, how you doing?
Oh,
Philip. Philip.
How you doing, Philip?
Not bad, thanks yourselves.
Have you not got your camera on? You massive shite bag.
Oh, have I not got it on?
No.
Here we go.
Oh, there
we go. Philip's got his camera on.
Live through the home office.
There we go. Oh, and by the way, we've got Melee on screen as well. For some reason, the software mixed it all up. So Philip,
glad you told me that as well.
How are you getting on, my man?
Not too bad, thanks yourselves.
Not too bad. Good.
You
are live right now to literally millions and millions of viewers across the world. You can see me from this camera here, Philip. Yes, but we're broadcasting to this camera, so that's why I'm looking at this different one. So you've seen a couple of people come on already.
Yep.
You know the script. Give us a Celtic opinion, then pick a number between 1 and 25, but don't pick 1 and don't pick 13.
Yeah. I'm on the Lenny bus.
Yes. That is controversial.
Yes.
That's an opinion.
You've just landed in Ibiza and you're going to be at San Antonio and I'm the guy down the front of the microphone. Something inside so strong.
High in Belgium barriers.
Just in Barry Freestander's mode. Do you know what I mean? That's just the internet's greatest video.
We're gonna do it anyway.
There's no other person that if we're going to win the league. Anyone else is a busted flush. But I mean, I've been wrong before, so we'll see.
You're getting a lot of credit here on the chat, Philip, for your posters. Great posters, Philip, on yourself, Bradders. Man of taste, people are saying. And then Rory McCall says, get him off. Is that someone you know, or just random abuse?
I just, maybe it doesn't like the Cubs posters. I don't know. Do you know what I mean? It might be that's the issue.
Just some random abuse.
It's because he's back in Lennon. Everybody just wants him gone now.
It's the same as a group chat with my pals. But for that same opinion, so
it's the same as me on this. It's the same as me on this podcast, Philip. DVD Thompson says, "Get him out, Sharon. Get him out. It's him and me." Right, pick a number.
Well, I was going to go with 13 because that's my lucky number. So we'll just need to go with 22.
22.
22, and this still hasn't fallen apart yet. This is ultra safe.
Tremendous, absolutely tremendous craftsmanship there.
Again, totally at random. I don't pick the questions. Here we go. Which Spanish side did Celtic defeat on the run to the final of the UEFA Cup in 2003?
Celta Vigo.
Oh,
easy, smashed it.
What does he win, Melly?
Well, he smashed the question. Let's hope he does not smash his brand new TMT mug.
Can we stop giving away so much mugs? They cost a fucking fortune.
I'll just write down Philip here.
Perfect.
Thanks very much, Philip.
For the first person to get something wrong, by the way.
Oh, aye.
Yeah, I know the pressure's horrendous. Absolutely horrendous.
I know.
All these questions have been shooting in. All these questions have been shooting in at the moment. You absolutely cannot get one wrong. Thanks very much, Philip.
Okay, have a good
Cheers,
Christmas.
Philip.
Cheers. You too.
Cheers, man.
So this is actually working out okay as it happens.
It's going better than I thought it would.
Everybody's killing it. I can't wait for some question to arrive. It's like who scored the 1939 cup final against Third Lanark or something like that. I can't wait till that comes out.
Get Jamie, see the ones you used to always say they're definitely cheating at the old Saturday night quiz. You
Yes.
should get them on and get them when they can't be googling away, can they?
Well, what you mean? Put them under pressure with the
Aye.
live.
See how they handle it.
With the live question. We've actually done not bad here. We're 35 minutes through. It was originally supposed to last an hour. A bit of a. I don't think it's going to last an hour. We've got a lot of people to go through. Andy Ray, you're up next. So get by your computer, get your camera on, do everything you need to do because you're up next to ask a question.
Alex's brother.
How good, by the way? I don't think we touched enough on this. How good was it? I know it's by the by, but how good was it seeing the Huns lose?
Oh, it's great.
It was absolutely because see they scored that second goal when they were 2-2 when they drew 2-2. You thought it was only going to go one way, didn't you?
Yeah.
What happened after that game is that some group chats that I'm involved in have been gathering dust in terms of contributions from me because of the presence of some certain type of people. But I came back into those group chats like Theresa May coming on to say just say, all right, lads, what's been happening in here over the last 3 months? No one's really heard from me, but I just so happened to be back in the group chat.
The Chris Boyd viewing after it was absolutely tremendous as well. Old Boydie done it.
Chris Boyd memes, absolutely tremendous. I know, absolutely brilliant.
But that could,
and it was an opportunity to dust off the old Willem Dafoe gif as well. That's so popular every time they shit the nest.
We've not used that for a long time.
No.
It's it has been a while though since we've had some proper Hun gloating on this podcast, and I honestly think
so long.
You missing it, Stephen?
Oh Christ, aye.
Ewan Burgoyne said it's the first stunner I've had in months. Aid McCall says Chris Boyd's face was tremendous. Robert Moffat says Monster Munch's face was absolutely joyous. Sean Atkins said seeing the Huns lose just made my week. I think it's fair to say though that we were all pretty nervous about the Rangers challenge, weren't we? And we still are, obviously. But deep down our inner feelings, seeing them lose, you're like, okay, maybe it's not quite as bad.
It's because it's the era in which I grew up. It's that old thing that when I was growing up, Rangers barely ever lost or even dropped points, or so it seemed. I'm sure if I looked back, it would be not as bad as I thought at the time in the 90s or 2000s. Exactly, that's the problem. I remember the feeling that on like a Saturday afternoon when you'd be listening to the radio, but before the days of like Soccer Saturday, not listening to the radio like Clyde won or whatever, the scores coming in and Rangers have lost. I still remember that feeling when I was like 9 or whatever, and they finally dropped some points. I still remember that, so that feeling will hopefully never stop being quite as joyous as it is, and we found that out again the other night.
I remember because Celtic, they never beat Rangers. They beat them in the first game I ever went to at Hampden, and then they didn't beat them for years. But Rangers, they either get beat or they drew, and Ian Jess scored an absolute peach at Ibrox. And in the paper the next day, there was in the middle page of the sport bit, there was a poster of Ian Jess. And because Celtic beat Rangers so little, I stuck this poster of Ian Jess in an Aberdeen strip up my room.
Ian Jess, he was like one of those guys who was still being touted as the next big thing when he was like 29. I remember that was the kind of infamous story about Ian Jess. He was always the perennial.
Went to Coventry, did he?
Yeah, went to Coventry. Was it Strachan must have been the manager at that point?
Maybe.
Chick Young, I remember, basically ruined his reputation by stating that he was definitely going to Rangers, and it was nothing of the sort. Like, they weren't even in for him. He'd said he exclusively revealed, I'm sure, that Ian Jess was a cert for Rangers, and it never happened. So that was his Derek Johnson, if Scott Brown doesn't sign for Rangers, I'll resign moment. And here he's still going 50 years later. Chick Young is still inexplicably on the radio every single night.
I'm going to add Andy Ray to the call. Now, this isn't directed towards Andy Ray anymore in particular, but there is only one rule if you're going to join us live on TMT. And what is that rule, Stephen? Quite right.
Topless.
It's don't be weird. That is the rule. The rule is don't be weird. So Andy Ray, we are calling you just now, Andy Ray 1992. We're going to bring you on live with the TMT. You're going to give us a Celtic opinion and answer a question.
Oh, he's in. That cam. Oh, he's in.
There he is.
Hello, Andy.
Oh, nice jumper.
It's a Christmas jumper, right in the spirit of things. How are you getting on, mate? You're on mute. You're muted.
No sound.
Come on, Andy. No, come on. This is basics. This is the basics of a Skype call.
Pressure's on. The millions and millions of viewers.
The millions and millions of viewers are waiting for you.
Oh.
There we go.
Oh,
How you getting on?
Is it working?
It's working
Yes,
now,
it is.
mate.
We can hear you.
Right.
Enjoying the jumper. It's reminded me of there's so many like novelty Christmas jumpers these days, but I remember one of my favourites was one of yours, Jamie. You turned up to some Christmas night out years ago with one of those like Die Hard themed jumpers.
I tried to put it on. It doesn't fit anymore. It said, "Now I have a machine gun." Ho ho ho.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah. I
Guys.
quite enjoyed that one. I have to say.
Hey, you guys. Hey, Andy. Hey, Andy. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
Yes.
What an edgy opinion.
Most tiresome question. I know.
How you going, Andy? How you getting on, mate?
I am alright. Cheers.
And you know the rules by now. You've seen a couple of people come on. One Celtic opinion and one question. So give us your Celtic opinion.
So, I got off the Lenny bus at the first stop. no having him at all.
Stab the tires.
The other week, Gary Caldwell said if you cut Neil Lennon open, he'd just be green and white. If he drops any more points, I'm quite happy to find it.
Oh,
that's it's the problem. The problem
Death
is
threats on the Christmas party.
The problem is when you've got Gary Caldwell on defending you. It's only downhill from there, isn't it? When you've got to get Gary Caldwell. Look, I'm still on the Lennon bus, and I want to thank Craig Murphy for inventing this Lennon bus patter that's probably going to carry on throughout the whole entire show. What if he won
should be a Lennon sleigh, should it not? If it's Christmas, a Lennon sleigh.
Yeah, but that doesn't. Yeah, sure, Melly. Okay, but Andy, though, if we win the quadruple treble, if Neil Lennon wins his own treble, he's a treble winning manager in his own right. That must count for something.
It counts for last season, I think. I don't think that undoes what he's done this season.
You're a hard taskmaster. Stephen, do you agree with Andy?
I do agree. I think last season it exceeded my expectations of Neil Lennon. I didn't have any complaints about last season. I thought it was brilliant. For the most part, I thought it was an excellent season. But the damage that has been done so far this season is not to be ignored, not to be forgotten. And as much as we're talking about Neil Lennon being the guy to turn it around, we're kind of conveniently forgetting that he is the guy who has drove the car into the tree or drove the Lenny bus into the tree in the first place. Are we about to give him credit for reversing away from that tree and getting back on the road?
What Neil Lennon is saying is, mate, I totaled the car, but I'm also a mechanic. So that's what he's saying. Andy, this is your chance to win something. Melly, it better not be another fucking mug. So pick a number between 1 and 25.
I'll go for 7.
Number 7, Henrik Larsson. Nadia
That's a hella Celtic number.
Here we go.
Okay. Once again, questions are all entirely random, not chosen by me. Here we go. When Tom Boyd signed from Chelsea, which Celtic player went the other way as part of the deal? So it was a famous swap deal. This player went to Chelsea in exchange for Tom Boyd.
The old TMT are big fans of him on the show, aren't they? Stephen's a massive fan.
Yeah.
I don't even think I could guess that.
Stephen? What's the answer? Put Andy out his misery.
The answer is Tony Cascarino. Tony Cascarino, the best thing Tony Cascarino ever did was
skied it over the bar, Andy boy.
I know.
Thank you very much for joining us.
He's had a question.
Oh, he's got another question. Okay.
We'll give you a safety net one, which I don't know if it's any easier, to be quite honest. but it is on the same card, so we'll give you the safety net one.
Okay.
Which team signed Roy Aitken from Celtic in 1990?
Sake.
Just fucking
give it a clue. It's not in Scotland. It's not in Scotland.
I don't know. Arsenal.
Pass.
Bristol.
Right.
It's Newcastle.
How many questions are on that card, Stephen? 2 or 3?
Two.
Only 2. Andy, we did everything we could for you, mate. I'm really, really sorry.
That's all right.
See, to be honest, that is a shiter of a draw. Have you heard some of the other questions?
Do you know what? I'm feeling generous. It's Christmas. Andy, pick another number.
Oh.
Those were 2 that... See, if I can't get the answer, I can't judge the caller for not getting the answer. So on you go, mate. Pick another number.
I'll go 14.
Number 14. Melly, give us a famous Celtic number 14.
Paul Lambert.
Tremendous. Do you like Paul Lambert, Andy?
Aye.
There we go.
Who doesn't?
It's your good luck charm now. Let's go.
Okay. Name the Celtic striker who was voted SPFA Player of the Year for season 1999-2000. Celtic striker voted Player of the Year for season 1999-2000. Bear in mind, Larson was injured at this point, wasn't he?
What the fuck is the SPFA?
Scottish Professional Football Association.
Oh, the Players Player. So that's Players Player of the Year.
Yes.
I don't know. I was like 7 then.
Oh, listen, mate. Cut him off, right? Cut him off. Get out. Get him out, Shannon.
Get out.
Right. He's already been mentioned tonight. He's already been mentioned.
Viduka.
Oh,
it's correct.
There we go. It's Viduka.
There we go. The player that played that year. That's probably what I would have guessed. That's about as accurate as that answer was.
Who else would have been there? Tommy Johnson probably was about the only other striker there at the time.
Ian Wright.
Oh, Ian Wright, of course. Definitely wasn't Ian Wright.
Right.
What number was that? Number 14?
That was 14.
And
also was 13.
You have won a print from Social Recluse.
Oh, that's a belter. There you go. Congratulations, Andy. Thanks very much, mate. Thanks for joining us.
Cheers. Thanks for the second chance there.
No worries.
The rebound.
You tapped in the rebound. Thanks, mate. Have a good Christmas, okay?
Cheers, man. Thanks for getting involved.
Bye-bye.
Cheers, man.
Boy, oh boy, am I glad he didn't get that first question right.
Why
we'll
was
look
that?
After you,
was
folks.
that another mug?
Don't worry.
The prize was a mug, yes.
Oh.
There is very limited mugs, but some people are just picking the right numbers here.
I can't be on board, but we need to be careful with these mugs, don't we? That's the expensive bit. Okay, I can't.
Well, it can't be one now, so we're all right. We're clear.
How many mugs have we got? Okay, that's fine.
You've just told everyone they can.
I was going to.
There's still 2 up for grabs.
I was going to add Tam McGlad to the next call. However, he sent us a screenshot of his username and not his actual username. And what that means is I have to type in his username, and I'm 2 very large whiskies down, and I don't want to. So what we're going to do...
Ease up on the drinking. We are 1 drink away from all ending up in the kitchen talking about Star Wars or something like that. That's where this night's going.
See the problem, right? The problem with Star Wars is there's too many fucking aliens. No, what we're going to do is we're going to bring on the call Tom Flanagan, a right good comrade, who's going to tell us all about the socialist movement. So we're going to bring Tom Flanagan on the call. Tom, you are up next. We're calling you right now. You know the details. We're just going to try and get through now. The Stato says he's into the Star Wars chat.
Give us an opinion on Trotskyism and pick a question.
Oh no, Tam won't like Trotsky. Tam's onto the Trotsky. Hello, comrade.
Again, Jamie, I would not like Trotsky.
You would absolutely not like Trotsky. You're not into your Trotsky. You're into a wee bit of Stalinism. You would like that, but that's okay. How you getting on, pal?
I'm alright. How are you, lads?
I'm not too bad. Good. I'm not too bad. For those of you who don't know, Tam, as we like to call him in this podcast, is the guy that put me out the FIFA tournament.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
It's a grudge. It's a grudge match.
I
still holds it.
I still hold. The reason I hold it is because I downloaded FIFA for something like 60 quid. Played 1 game online against Tammy, spanked, but was it like 5-0 or something like that?
Something like that.
Yeah, absolutely spanked me. Never played FIFA again, and then 1 week later it was half price, so I paid full price for the game and never played it again. Tam, how are you getting on, pal?
I'm alright. How are you?
We're good. We're very good.
No, not bad at all. It's almost the accent. Where are you from? I've never actually heard you speak before.
Yeah, I'm from Sheffield.
Oh, right. Nice one.
I live in Stirling now, so I moved up for uni.
What are you drinking?
Paulaner.
Oh, the old
German
German.
Oh,
lager.
yeah.
Oh, yes.
I think I've had that. Did they sell that in that place in town, that Brauhaus place that used to be?
They will do.
Yeah, pretty sure I've had that in there. Yeah, it's quite a nice place, that, actually. It used to be some, like...
Frankenstein's, was it not?
Was it? I knew it was some kind of bammy dive in that end of the town. But
remember pubs?
Yeah.
Oh, pubs, man.
I think that's the last one I was in. I think that's the last pub I actually just sat and had a couple of drinks in months ago.
Well, I famously don't drink beer. So, Tam, you know the script by now. One Celtic opinion, then you get to pick a question off the wall. So give us your Celtic opinion. Doesn't have to be about the Lenny bus. It could be about anything you want.
Well, I was going to say this because everyone's come on and said, "Oh, I'm on the Lenny bus. I'm off the Lenny bus." I wanted to do something different. So I've never forgiven Callum McGregor for Borussia Mönchengladbach.
Oh, that's like Stephen. Stephen has never forgiven Beram Kayal. What game was that, Stephen?
For one incident, he's in Atletico Madrid. He ducked under Arda and shot. Fraser Foster was riding him, and Kyle just ducked it. And I've never once forgiven him for that. Such a petty grudge to hold. I still very much hold it. There was that, and the time, was it the 3-each game, the famous Lennon game where he almost gets sacked? I'm sure in that game he was trying to get himself sent off as well.
Subbed at half time.
He was desperate to get out of that game. Absolute shitebag.
Absolute shitebaggery of the highest order.
Good opinion, but good opinion.
Yeah.
Tam, pick a number. I can't remember how many are left on the board. Stephen will keep us right.
Is the number 21 left?
Yes.
21 is. Yes, that's here we go. Oh, okay. Who was Celtic's top goal scorer in the 1995-96 season?
I know you were funny about Andy being 7 in 1999. Well, I wasn't born in the 96. I was born
to be fair, I was
1996.
maybe 1.5 in that season as well, so I couldn't even answer that.
I'll take a guess at Pierre Van Hooijdonk.
It's gone for Pierre Van Hooijdonk, and once again, Melly has ruined any chance at tension in the question. So, is he correct? Let's find out. Yes, he's correct. It's Pierre Van Hooijdonk.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Melly, what does Tom win?
He wins a solid gold TMT badge.
Yeah.
Have you got one of those, Tom?
I've not.
There you go.
Absolute.
It's a Christmas miracle. We're making dreams come true once again on the Christmas party.
Thank you so much for joining us, Tom. Thanks very much, mate.
Cheers,
Have a good
Tom.
Christmas,
Thank you,
okay?
Merry Christmas to you as well.
Cheers, man. You too. Thanks, man.
So, guys, if you could continue to talk amongst yourselves whilst I do some housekeeping. You know the script by now.
It's so hard to find questions. Well, I mean, as I say, I didn't actually look for them, but it's so difficult to. I imagine when compiling a Celtic quiz to find questions that are going to be in the right age range, because Celtic are, checks notes, quite old, so there's quite a lot of questions potentially in there. And I quite often forget that quite a lot of people who listen to the podcast are probably younger than me. So. Yes.
Well, what I'm going to do is just for the viewers.
Jamie just claimed to be in his 20s there, so it's not everybody's the same.
Oh yeah, because that was 95, wasn't it? I'm terrible. Listen,
yes.
I'm half jarred. Okay, I've had a couple. Here's the thing. If you DM'd us, as I asked you to, on Patreon with your Skype address, I'm going to try and get you on. We're going to rattle through as many people as we can. If you got in touch via Twitter, that's like the second tier of person. So yeah, not in our hearts, I just mean from an organisation point of view. Stephen, there are rules here
from an admin
point of view, and I want to try and get through as many people.
It's controlled fun.
Right.
The important thing is that the fun is controlled. That is of utmost importance.
The best kind of fun. Peter Diamond is nicked. He's been told he's nicked, so we're calling Peter Diamond here. Kevin Murphy asks, are the badges solid goals? They are solid.
Yes.
24 carat gold coloured steel or something.
Bite them.
Yeah, take them to your nearest pawnbroker. We're calling Peter Murphy. We're calling Peter Diamond. We'll see what happens next. I shouldn't. Peter.
Oh, yes.
Oh. Wait a minute.
Oh, nice.
Oh, look at those locks. Beautiful.
Nice shot.
Maybe he's born with
the bumblebee as well.
Oh, is that a DH Gate special, mate?
It is a DH Gate.
Oh, caught a belter. How's it going, Peter?
Not bad. How are you? I just have to because I think I'm about 20 seconds behind.
So what happens is the feed that people watch on YouTube is about 20 seconds behind where we are at the moment. So Andy's actually still on the YouTube as I talk to you at the moment. That's just the way it works. By the time the Skype goes through, the streaming software goes through the YouTube to people's TV. You've got us
We're used to this for the Path to Paradise anyway, aren't we? So it's fine.
It was quite funny. Celtic moved their game against Dundee United to 3 o'clock to much uproar. Did you see that, Melly?
Yes.
And I didn't know why they did that, but I heard why they did that. Did you hear why they did that, Peter?
No, was it to do with them getting up the road or something?
Aye, it was to do. I'll tell you. Did you hear why this came about, Stephen?
No idea. I saw the wailing and gnashing of teeth that was going on over Twitter about it, but I didn't actually see any reasons. Only that both clubs had requested it or something.
Well, I'll tell you why. Because we don't want to give Rangers the advantage of playing first. Because Rangers did the exact same thing to us.
Is that right?
Yeah. So we're playing Ross County. Ross County requested the game to be moved to 6 o'clock instead of 7:45, so Ross County could get up the road a wee bit earlier than normal. When we did that as a courtesy to Ross County, Rangers changed their game. So they didn't want us playing earlier. So Rangers changed their game to 3 o'clock. Our corresponding fixture was Dundee United, and we moved our Dundee United game to 3 o'clock. Because apparently there is a big...
If there was a reason to piss off tens of thousands of people who probably won't be able to see the game, it's just to score some petty points over Rangers. Or not even score points, but level up the scores.
No, it's nothing to do with petty points. The players psychologically, the players want to play at the same time as Rangers. They don't want to go into a game knowing that Rangers have already won. That's what they don't want. Do you agree with that or disagree with that, Peter Diamond?
I mean, as petty as it is, you kind of... I would say that we're probably going to win the game anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Predictions here.
Jeez, don't say that. Right, okay, Peter, you've heard the script by now. Give us one Celtic opinion and one... what was the thing? Pick a number.
He's mad already.
I'm fucking gassed. Right, go for it.
I'll be really controversial and say that I think over the course of time, Peter Lawwell has done an exceptional job and will absolutely ride this out and see out the 10.
Cut this man off.
He's a bold
Sorry, we're having technical difficulties.
He's a bold show. Are you related? Are you related to Mr. Peter Lowell?
No.
Okay, right. Pick a number then. Pick a number. Oh, Stephen's got a counterpoint.
Nah, I'm not mad at that. I think over the course, I think we can agree that its time has been a commercial success for Celtic. Peter Lawwell. This season, however, has been an absolute disaster, and I think that's what people's problem is.
The season is not over yet. The season's not over yet. Stop.
Yeah, it has been a disaster to this point.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All the stuff that hasn't happened yet and therefore doesn't exist, that's not a disaster yet. But the stuff that does exist, the point up until this point, has been a disaster. But we'll see. We'll see how it plays out, I suppose.
Peter Lawwell will say that I've won every trophy going. Especially for the past 4 years, I am the winningest.
And he will put it like that. He'll say, "I have won every trophy going."
Do you know what he will say? Peter Law will say, "I am the winningest Celtic director that you've ever encountered." right, Peter, pick a number. I don't know what numbers are left.
Number 7.
That's gone. That was just picked. Yes, unfortunately, that's
24.
24, Christmas Eve.
24. Okay.
Melly, give us a Celtic 24.
Colin Healy.
Encyclopedic knowledge.
Always liked him.
Okay, here we go.
Okay. That's your Brendan Rodgers.
Okay. Which Celtic manager played for Feyenoord when they beat Celtic in the 1970 European Cup?
Wim Janssen.
Once again, Melly has punctured the atmosphere in building up the question. It's correct, of course. It's Wim Janssen. Of course it is. He is a European Cup winning player before he was the manager. Have you ever seen that picture of Wim Janssen where he looks like a haunted painting?
Oh,
it's absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
Google Wim Janssen and I'm sure his Wikipedia page. It looks like a haunted painting. It's an absolutely stunning picture of him. It's an absolutely bizarre image.
He looks like a man whose face was made out of kneaded dough. He is not. He is not a handsome man. Listen, Peter, thank you very much for joining us.
He wants to find out his prize.
Oh shit! Sorry. You need to wrangle me in, man. Jesus.
Oh, Peter, you have won an O'Neill Year's badge. Congratulations.
There we go, Peter. Thank you very much. Speak to you soon, mate.
Right, take care. Feel
Bye.
Cheers, man. Have a good one. Cheers, man.
This is it, boys. Rapid fire now. I'm just going to rapid fire, get through as many guests as I can. Everyone needs to get on. We've got a lot of people that have put their Skype details into the chat. So next up is Sean Bradley. We're just going to add him to the chat. I don't know how we fill these little moments between callers, but I'm sure we'll think of something. We're good at thinking on
Fill them with gold, sheer gold, like the badges we give out.
There we go. Marco Berry is up next after Sean Bradley. The reason I'm saying the names about who's next is because I'm letting people sort of tee themselves up a little bit.
Yeah, themselves. Get psyched up, get prepared, get Googling, get cramming.
Is that Sean Bradley?
Yeah, Sean Bradley.
Oh, how you doing, Shagger?
All right, Chris. Shagger, yes I am.
Yes, he is. Are you related to the other Bradley we had on?
No. Not that I'm aware of, no.
Stephen, can you believe there is more than one person in Glasgow with the surname Bradley?
No way. And we had the Friday phone-in out today, and basically every second person's name was Gallagher in it. So you would never believe that Celtic would have a large Gallagher following, would you? That doesn't make any sense whatsoever, but there's hundreds of them on the podcast.
How are you getting on, Sean?
Not bad. On the last day of self-isolating, so tomorrow I can see
Did you have it?
No, but someone in my house did.
And you didn't get it?
No, I didn't get it.
Fucking hell, that's quite remarkable, man. Jesus. Well dodged.
People in the
Super.
Super jeans.
Congratulations on a strong immune system.
It's a hoax all along. Yeah.
No, we absolutely can't have that. We can't have that. So, Sean, you know the script by now. One Celtic opinion and then pick a number. Give us your Celtic opinion.
Right, can I have two brief Celtic opinions?
Of course you can, mate. You've been a long-time patron. You certainly can.
So, first one is James Forrest will save our season.
Oh. Okay.
Spicy one.
That is spicy.
And the second one is that Georgios Samaras is a Celtic great.
Fuck off. Absolutely not.
Sean has spent his time in isolation well by drinking every day, ladies and gentlemen.
If there's one man, Sean, state your case, cuz.
I mean, he's fantastic.
The guy was Andy Walker with long hair. That's what he was. He wishes he had Andy Walker's scoring record.
Beautiful hair, in fairness to him. I used to see him about. For some reason, there was a period where a lot of Celtic players and a few Rangers players used to hang about. There must be nothing to do, so they used to hang about in my local Asda. You would just, every time you would go in, you would see either Samaras or, unfortunately, Kyle Lafferty or something like that. But Samaras was in there all the time. He is a striking looking man. There's no getting around it. He has a very soft eyes. Soft eyes, big over the hair.
Eyes like a Disney deer. He won an absolute watch playing for Celtic, so he did Georgios Samaras, a shyster till his dying day.
Soft eyes, soft heart. That's about Samaras.
Soft eyes, soft shot. Stephen, what did you describe his shot as? Hitting a ball like a sock full of diarrhea? Is that what you said?
Yes, I did indeed. My favourite quote about... Yeah, you're just ignoring. My favourite quote about Georgios Samaras is the thing about how he valued trophies over money, which is why he ended up playing in Saudi Arabia. Presumably he wanted to win trophies over there and had 2 cracks at England.
The football scene in Saudi Arabia is really underground. It's a bit indie, so there's not a lot of money to be made, but there's a lot of credibility. Sean, pick a number and potentially win a prize.
Number 3, please.
Number 3. Melly and a Celtic number 3?
Oh, Stefan Mahe.
Oh. Seventh Heaven owner Stefan Mahe. You ever been to Seventh Heaven, Sean?
Who's watching?
Okay, Stephen.
No comment.
I think I've been to that one, and I've been to a couple of the grim ones as well.
Have you?
A couple of the sort of B-side ones.
They're all grim.
When it's like 1 week before payday.
Yeah, like Tuesday afternoon as well. But anyway.
You're in a dark place, mate. You're in a dark place.
Okay, here we go. Oh, multi-layered this one. Okay. Which other teams were in Celtic's Champions League group in the 2012/13 season? 3 other teams.
Now, I'll give him a wee clue here. Georgios Samras, was he prolific in that? I think he was.
Yeah.
Oh, he did. He scored the winning goal in one of the games. So, yes. Some class.
Correct.
There it is.
2012/13 season. Familiar foes, the other two.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you're a Peter Lawwell fan, he uses this. Oh, he's done it.
Benfica is correct. So it's the big one you're missing here. It's the...
Barca.
Is correct. Well done. He's absolutely nailed it. Scooshed it. Yeah.
There we go.
3 out of 3. 3 out of 3.
You guys don't realise that when anyone gets something right, I've got a little applause sound effect that I play.
No expense there. Again, sound effects, special effects, and everything. It's like DreamWorks.
It's like what's his name? Stephen what? Spielberg. It's
Spielberg?
like Steven. It's like
that little known director.
It's like Spielberg himself.
Oh, he's sparking one up. He's blazing.
Oh, jeez. Come off, get him having this. Oh, here we go.
Especially for the TMT
That's
quiz.
a celebration, folks.
It's Paul Hartley against the Huns all over again. Melly, what does Sean win?
Sean also wins a social recluse print as well, so that will be winging its way towards you.
Those are the prints up there. You can maybe see them just...
Yes, there's ones up there.
Tremendous. We can't see you, Melly. You're not on camera. It's okay. Just the two good looking ones. Okay, Sean, thank you so much for joining us, mate. Take care. Have a good Christmas.
Cheers, lads. Take it easy.
Bye. That is a celebration. That's how you celebrate getting a question right. That is, the bar is set.
He sparked up a Cuban, rolled on the thighs of a virgin. Stephen. Right.
Cheers,
so
Sean.
Next up is Marco Berry. Sean, cut yourself off, man. You know the rules. We can't cut you off from our end. You have to cut yourself off. There we go. Melly's back. That's, by the way, he celebrated that win with style.
And that was well worth it. Yeah, he was well worth his prize there.
Now I'm absolutely choked. I've had a couple of drinks, and guess what? I'm choking for a cigarette. Yeah, we all know the rules. Sparta fag. Let me just read the comments here. Robert Moffat says, Jamie, what whiskey are you getting gassed on? Peter Diamond said, oh, the crowd noise is so loud, I'll turn it down. It's a drink called Monkey Shoulder. I just make old fashioned with it. Beansy Boy said that Sean's celebration was first class. Yes. Sean Atkins says, now I can't wait for the full TMT party. How good's that going to be, by the way, when lockdown finally ends?
God, I know.
So I'm going to add Marco Berry. I'm trying my best to get through absolutely everyone who wants to get on. Marco Berry, USA Minor Outlands Islands. I think this is an international call coming in.
Oh, wow.
Aye, Jesus. Should we do that thing? Should we do that?
What time's it there?
Aye, we'll do that thing that they do on Clyde 1 whenever someone calls from road. Hey, what's the weather like where you are? And the guy goes, aye, it's sunny. And they go, oh my God, how good would it be to be in the sun? Let's do it. We're calling Marco Berry right now. Oh, he's on.
Yeah. Hey,
Marco, how's it going? Yes, we can see you. How are you getting on? That is some absolutely tremendous facial hair. Look at that
moustache. Yes, a wonderful Mauser.
Oh my God! How long have you been keeping that thing under control?
2 months. 2 months.
2 months. Oh. Fucking hell, man! This is 2 months for me. This is 2 months for me. How are you getting on, my man?
It's a smashing retro top as well. Smashing top.
Great shirt choice as well. Yes.
Yeah, thanks. Nice retro that I picked up last Christmas during the sale. It's great.
Is that an accent we detect on you?
Yeah, I'm from New Mexico in the United States.
Oh, nice. What time is it there?
2 o'clock
in the afternoon.
2:30. Yeah.
Oh, that's not so bad. That's not so bad.
Not too bad.
So you know the rules by now.
We're not encouraging daytime drinking by any means, but at least it's not 7 o'clock in the morning.
That would be commitment. So you know the rules by now. One Celtic opinion, and then you get to pick a number. Give us your Celtic opinion.
All right. Well, as an American, Celtic opinion is that Timo Weah is a Celtic legend.
What about Andrew Gutman and Manny Perez? Have you forgotten about those guys?
Yeah. I mean, Gutman was great. I watched him while he was in college. Can he make it at the highest level? I don't know. We'll see. Perez, same thing. They're good.
Isn't Gutman 31 years old now, though? I think we're getting impatient waiting for him.
The thing about Andrew Gutman is, though, I think he's coming back now because his loan ended in January, and I went on some Cincinnati FC, I think that's who he's playing for. I went on their Twitter when they announced that he was leaving, and a lot of the Cincinnati fans were pretty bummed out that Andrew Gutman was leaving. No, he was our best player and all that sort of stuff. Still doesn't mean that he's going to translate to an actual good Celtic player. Stephen, help me out. I've talked myself into a cul-de-sac.
That number. That's good stuff. Yeah, should we just move straight on to the questions?
Yeah, let's do it.
We've had the highly controversial opinion of Timo Weah being a Celtic legend. I don't know about legend. I would say modern great rather than legend. But
modern great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take a modern great. All right. Sure. I'll go the number 2.
Number 2
is available.
Okay, here we go.
Okay. Now, anyone paying attention to the O'Neill years should get this.
Okay. Right. So not me then.
Right. Against which club did Henrik Larsson score a hat-trick in the 2001 Scottish League Cup final in a 3-0 Celtic victory, as covered in an episode of the O'Neill years? All 3 goals in a Scottish League Cup final Celtic victory, 2001.
I'm pretty new to following Celtic.
That was 20 years ago. That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Just take a guess. Any club in the top division.
Any top Scottish club.
Because it would make me feel great, I'm going to say Rangers.
It's unfortunately wrong. It's unfortunately wrong. However, we do have the safety net question. Let's go straight to that. No messing about.
Okay.
Which Welsh-born striker joined Celtic on deadline day of the summer 2001 transfer window? So another one that's 20 years old. But which Welsh-born striker joined Celtic on deadline day of the summer 2001 transfer window?
Craig Bellamy.
Don't say Craig Bellamy. It is categorically not Craig Bellamy.
Shut up.
The only 2 Welsh players that I know or 3, I guess, are Giggs, Bale, and Hennessy, but none of those 3.
Okay, say John Hartson then.
John Hartson?
Oh!
Hey! Yes!
That is correct. Well done.
All right.
Thanks, guys. Now we're sending a fucking prize to New Mexico. Melly, what has he won? I tried to lead him astray there, but obviously we're paying for the postage on that one.
He has won an OG badge, one of the green badges.
A 20-minute Tim's badge is on his way to New Mexico. Thank you so much for joining us, mate. You have a good Christmas.
Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. You as well.
Cheers,
I look forward to everything.
Cheers, mate. Thank you. Thank
you
so much.
Marco. Appreciate it. Cheers, man.
And that is it. Now we're sending a badge to New Mexico. Melly. How we get on? Next up is Ryan Docherty. I think now I'm going to just add Ryan Docherty to the chat here, and then I'm going to run through some comments while we're dialing Ryan Docherty. There we go. Add him to the chat, and here are the comments. Sean Atkins says, "I can't wait for the full TMT party." I think I read that. Sean was staying on till he got a badge. Yeah, I think I've got that. Aidan McDonald says, buzzing to see Jamie at the TMT party when it happens. There's rumours in the chat that I'm a lightweight. People are saying that I'm pissed. I am absolutely not pissed. Ryan Docherty
hasn't been sick yet. hasn't been sick yet.
No.
In fairness to him, so yeah.
Do you know the worst part about this, Stephen? Oh, Ryan Doherty's on the line. The worst part about this, Stephen, is I cannot get my pizza with ketchup on it. Ryan Doherty.
Oh Jesus!
How you getting on, my man?
What's happening, Ryan?
All right, gentlemen, how we doing? All right.
Not too bad. Thank you for joining us in the TMT Christmas Party.
Good to see you.
It's the only Christmas party happening at the moment, so we know that your options were quite limited.
I'd actually just tuned out there, to be quite honest, and then the call came up on Skype. So good timing.
Well, that's rude. That's pretty fucking rude.
I'm working tomorrow.
Oh, right.
All right, okay. Fair enough.
Refreshingly honest.
So give
Absolutely.
Give us a Celtic opinion and then pick a number.
Celtic opinion, I suppose it might as well go down the negative route in keeping with the theme of the season. I think that Olivier Ntcham is an absolute Celtic mercenary that I would gladly see shot of for around the region of £5 million.
Get him out, Sharon. It's him or me.
I think we'll be lucky to get that now. The Olivier Ntcham, I think £5 million would be some achievement getting that for him at this point. What is his contract up the end of next season? I think it is.
Yeah,
so it's basically either January or at the very latest this summer we can punt Olivier Ntcham before it gets to the point where you're basically giving him away in the last year of his contract. So £5 million would be some going.
I think we were banking on a 1 year extension to get £10 million a year to go, but that's backfired.
Stuart Armstrong.
The Phil Jones. That's what Man United did, didn't it? I think Man United did that with Phil Jones. They basically gave him a contract worth about $200,000 a week and have they played him since, thinking they were going to sell him eventually.
Do you know what we call that?
Celtic in January.
Do you know what we call that? Peternomics. That's what we call.
Peternomics.
That's what we call Peternomics. Okay, Ryan, pick a number. I'm not sure how many are left, what ones are left, but Stephen will keep you right.
I suppose it might not be hard for Melly to pick a player by this number. I suppose if I could go with the iconic number 25.
Number 25.
Oh,
that's a good show, actually.
Shunsuke Nakamura.
Yeah, dough ball.
The Stefan Johansson number, the hallowed shirt of Stefan Johansson.
The money there.
Right, here we go. Which London-born striker scored his first goal for Celtic in the 2-0 victory over East Kilbride in the 5th round of the Scottish Cup in February 2016? English London-born striker, first goal in the 2-0 victory over East Kilbride in 2016.
A Celtic legend.
A podcast favourite.
I remember the game. So torn between two Dyla signings. Carlton Cole.
It's the other one. It's Colin Casimir.
It was Big Z.
So we've got the safety net question here. Let's go.
Okay, here we go.
Which Celtic striker won PFA Scotland's Player of the Year award for the 2015-16 season? So another Dyla effort there. 2015-16. Which striker won Player of the Year?
I suppose that was when Lee Griffiths was trying a hand.
Let's see if he's right. It's correct. It's Lee Griffiths. The last time he was good, all of 5 years ago.
Lee Griffiths is a 40-goal-a-year striker. He needs to play.
Yes.
Here we go. Melly, what has Ryan won?
Ryan has won the lime green away badge.
Oh, absolutely tremendous, Ryan.
Nice one.
Thank you, mate. Thanks for joining us, mate. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, guys. Take care.
Cheers.
Take care. Merry Christmas, mate. Speak soon.
Have a good one.
We are trying our best to get through these. We said we would only be on for an hour. It's now verging on an hour.
By the time we turned up, this is about an hour.
It's an hour and a half.
We've been on an hour and a half.
We've been on an hour and a half live, Stephen. Yes, we
Time flies, Stephen.
Rory
Time
90.
flies.
We're going to do 2 more, and then we're going to call it quits. I think an hour and a half is taking up enough.
Our call
of
has
everyone's
been
time.
an hour and a half, but
we are. Oh, Rory's on. There he's on.
He is.
How you doing?
Not too bad. Not too bad. How are you getting on?
Not too bad. Absolutely fine. Yeah, my haircut for the occasion and all sorts.
Have you been watching and enjoying?
I've been watching and enjoying. Yes, and I've got a wee
an espresso martini here to join me as well. Don't know if you can see.
He's a fancy lad. He's a fancy lad.
I'd like to treat myself.
Come on,
an
Rory.
espresso martini. Do you know what? Actually, quite partial to an espresso martini. Not
Absolute
too bad.
rocket fuel. There's actually a shot of espresso in it. Did you know that?
I would say it's one of these ones. I've just got myself one of these Nespresso machines this week. So instead of having just normal coffees, I've been going for the espresso martinis.
So you might. Back in the day, they used to call that an Irish coffee, but I don't think they can call it that anymore. So they need to call it an espresso martini. So you know the rules by now. You know the script, Rory. Give us a Celtic opinion and pick a number.
Now this is an opinion I've been formulating over the past couple of weeks, usually after I've had a scoop or two. But mine is that 10 in a row doesn't really matter that much. I would like to see us build for the future and become a long-term decent club as opposed to just pursuing 10 in a row at all costs.
Oh, what does that look like to you then? Because what does that look like?
Does that look like building a team to win 10 titles in a row then? Is that what that would be?
Well, yes, it seems to be we're just throwing absolutely everything at the wall this season, hoping it pays off. I'd like to see us build in Europe. I'd like to see us become, I don't know, is the sort of the cliched opinion, but an Ajax supporter.
Oh, he said it, Jamie. He said it.
I know.
Get him out. Get him off.
Let me put myself down here, but I don't know. 10 titles in a row. It's just a number. I'd like to see us do better long term.
Pragmatic, yeah.
Rory, I'll ask you one thing.
Okay.
Did you have this opinion at the start of the season, or just when we've been absolutely dung recently?
You know the answer to that.
Didn't want it anyway.
Rory, are you making a consolation prize for yourself here? 10 doesn't matter.
I said it was the Scottish Cup was the trophy I wanted.
You wanted that quadruple treble.
Wanted to win this year.
I don't fancy you anyway. You're a fucking lesbian. Is that basically what we're doing to the?
Stephen,
we're doing to the 10
could you please let people know that's a quote and not your own patter before we get fucking cancelled?
Yeah, basically we're doing the Celtic or the football equivalent of trying to pull, getting a knockback, and being bitter about it. That's what I mean. Yes.
Thank the Lord Jesus Christ. Rory, pick a number.
Number, it doesn't really matter, does it? Number 6, is that still there?
What do you mean it doesn't matter?
We have already established that numbers are an illusion.
I've already said 10 doesn't matter, so.
Okay, great. Okay, fair enough.
6 doesn't matter either, so let's go. Oh, that geography here.
Right.
What nationality was Joseph Inglis?
Oh, Christ.
Do you want a clue?
It's somewhere in that Eastern Bloc, innit?
He was present during the Art Media Bratislava game. He was doing co-coms.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much. Slovakian?
No, it's Slovenia. You're fucked. So...
It is correct. It's Slovakian. Of course it is.
Well done.
Pressure was on there.
Melly, what does Rory win?
He wins a solid gold TMT badge.
There you go, Rory. You can't say fairer than that, can you? Christmas time. Get it wrapped, re-gift it to one of the parents. They'll absolutely love it.
That's yours. No one can take that away. Yeah. No one goes home empty-headed from the TMT Christmas party.
Okay, Rory, thank you very much, mate. Thanks for joining us.
Cheers, folks. See you soon.
Bye-bye.
Cheers, Rory. Cheers.
We have got a promise to our patrons that anyone who gave their contact details, we are going to get through to them. So next up is Chris Adams 89. I hope that's not the year he was born. We're just going to rattle through this. I think it was, Stephen, in retrospect, a bit ambitious to think we could squeeze in 25 people in an hour.
Yes, probably. Yeah, I think so. But we are now in the boat, full of holes though it is. We are still in it.
We've already spoke about the Titanic recently. Let's not get back into that.
That's very true.
Oh yeah. We kind of got the Titanic. That was a bit of a meme for a while. We're ringing Chris Adams. Chris Adams, are you with us?
I'm here.
Oh, he's here.
Yeah, he's here. We can't see him.
He doesn't have his camera on, but
I
that's.
do have my camera on.
Yeah, well.
I'm talking to blind anyway, so I can't tell.
The viewers at home would beg to differ because we cannot see your face. How are you getting on, Chris? Anyway, we can hear your voice. That's all that really matters.
I'll try and get the camera on. Sorry,
Stephen. Please, Phil.
We'll get there. This is live TV at its finest. Live
Stephen,
television.
As you don't know.
I'm really sorry.
Oh, it's all right. It's all
Yeah,
right.
we're fine. We'll muddle through. That's absolutely fine. Jamie, back in the room, please.
Yes.
Sorry guys, I'm trying to fix it. I'm trying to fix it from my end. We can't. Okay.
All right. Okay. Doesn't matter.
Chris,
we'll muddle through.
Give us a Celtic opinion. That's all that really matters. Give us a Celtic opinion and pick a number.
Not really a Celtic opinion, more of a hope. But not really a hope. Sorry. My prediction is that David Turnbull becomes Player of the Year for the rest of the year. He goes on and actually transforms our season into something that's going to be worthwhile watching, hopefully.
There's a lot of positive Percy's on tonight, isn't there? I like it.
I'm digging it. Yeah. The Lenny bus crashed some time ago, a few calls ago, and it hasn't come back. So, yeah, a few positives in there.
I've got to agree somewhat with Chris. I think if David Turnbull keeps playing the way he's playing, maybe not Player of the Year, I think that's, unfortunately...
Celtic.
For Celtic... Well, you know what? I was going to go one better. I think, unfortunately, I think Tavernier is probably going to win Player of the Year. I think the momentum has started for that already, unfortunately, for the Hun that he is. But I think David Turnbull could be in for a shout for Young Player of the Year for Scotland if he keeps this up.
Yeah, absolutely. There's nothing stopping him. He's not really. I mean, I probably would have thought it'd be Frimpong would be favourite for that going into the season, but he's kind of fallen away a good bit. So yeah, it's all clear for Turnbull for me.
He just seems to bring so much more energy. He's one of those players that I was really enjoyed watching, like when he was playing for Motherwell. It's like he was the only player I actually enjoyed watching for those guys. But I think when Celtic signed him, it was a great decision. So I just wish he'd get some more game time now and hope he does stick in the team and he isn't bought by the Lenny bus.
100%.
I think Neil Lennon certainly needs some players to bring some energy and some legs and something different to the team, and I think David Turnbull's certainly a player that can do that for Neil Lennon. So Chris, pick a number, win a prize. It's that simple.
I'll probably fail at the questions, but number 17, please.
17, okay. Do we have any famous 17s?
Didier Agat.
Of course. Okay, here we go. Celtic signed Gary Hooper from which club? Oh, that's quite a tricky one, that actually. Yeah, English club. Yeah.
He went to Norwich, didn't he? Who did he sign from?
He went to Norwich, and I think he's ended up in Australia or something, or India or something like that now, isn't he? But yeah, who did he sign from?
I've no idea. I'm going to say something like Middlesbrough.
As good a guess as any, but unfortunately it was Scunthorpe United.
Yes.
We've got the safety net question on the same card, and it's basically a kind of guess who I am type deal here, right? Okay. This Celtic player became the club's youngest ever debutant and scorer when he made a substitute appearance on the last day of the 2015-16 campaign, which was Ronnie Dyla's last game. So this guy was the youngest ever debutant and scorer in that game. What was it, 7-0 against Motherwell?
Yeah, he plays for Forest Green Rovers or something now, doesn't he?
Yeah.
That doesn't help me. I can't think of it, isn't it? Oh, God. Sorry, guys, I've got no idea.
Okay. Stephen.
Terrible.
It's Jack Aitchison.
Jack Aitchison.
Tough card.
Yeah.
Not
so
you know what?
We're going to another one.
Yeah, we've got plenty of numbers left. Chris, pick another number.
Number 4.
Okay. That's been taken.
Has it?
No, I've got 4. That was 14.
Right, sorry.
What was that? Number
4's fine. Number 4's fine.
I've got 4.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, here we go. A tap in here. So. Who was Brendan Rodgers' first signing for Celtic? Oh, that's kind of breaking up. I can't quite make that out. Nope. Still with us? Chris,
he's left. He's away.
Oh no!
Oh, Sean Bradley's back.
What?
I don't know. I just got a call. I was like, "What's going on?"
Sean, fuck off!
You invited him, obviously.
You called him, you balloon.
I didn't call him. He called us.
Right. Okay. Right.
Right. Thanks, Sean.
Right, so where's Chris then?
Chris is gone.
Chris is gone. Chris is gone.
What does he win? Number 4, Melly.
What was the what? Chris,
are we giving him that?
We're absolutely giving it. What was
fairness,
the answer?
He didn't get a chance to answer his third question.
Well, Chris is a lucky man. He didn't get to answer it.
He also had number. What was his first card?
17.
17.
Right, we'll give him 17. He gets a solid gold badge as well.
There we go.
Badge.
You know what?
Can't say fair on that.
No one is leaving empty-handed. Thanks very much to Sean Bradley for randomly calling us there. Next up is Rory Anderson. We're calling Rory Anderson. And Rory is on the call. Hello, Rory.
Evening, gents. How are we?
Not too bad. How are we getting on? Another man
Rory.
with no camera.
No camera.
No camera. Wait 2 minutes. I'll sort that right out.
There we go.
Oh, another nice
again.
strip. What a
Another
strip.
fine retro effort being displayed.
Is that a DH gate?
Sadly, is. So,
I've actually-
don't worry about the boys.
That's one of those ones. I really wish I'd held on to the Bumblebee strip. That's the one regret. I don't have it anymore. I had it at the time, but I do actually still have that. I've still got the 98 to 2000 one, but inexplicably, for some reason, I bought an XL when I was like 15 or something like that.
Would you think you were in crisscross or something?
Aye, it must have been some absolutely loathsome affectation I was going through at the time. Must have thought it was the cool thing or something. Even though I've been a absolutely staunch medium my whole adult life, and I was like probably rake thin at 15. Bought an extra large. Don't know what it was all about.
That must have been huge, man.
Aye, it's boxy anyway,
medium.
so the shoulders are like down to there. Absolutely ridiculous purchase. I don't know what I was thinking, but I've still got it.
Rooney, what's your tipple there?
Yeah, what are you drinking, mate?
Oh, it's Brony.
Brony, nice.
Man of taste. Well, Rory, you know the script by now. One Celtic opinion, then pick a number.
Rooney, come on.
Rory.
Rory.
You know the script by now. One Celtic opinion. One number.
It's probably already one I've aired in the Friday night phone in, to be honest, boys. But Frimpong's going to be bang average at best.
Yeah.
Can't argue with that now.
The tide is kind of turning on
Starmer
Frimpong
face
a little
right
bit,
now.
Yeah. The tide is kind of turning on the Frimpong opinion, I suppose. There's a lot of people saying, look, this guy burst onto the scene, but he's not really got it. He doesn't really have a defining strength other than being quite fast. So
He's the Alexander Pato, is he? Alexander Pato of Scottish football.
Oh,
that's a
He's
good
the all
comparison.
the way.
honestly thought you said Pacto there. I genuinely thought that's what you said.
No.
Yeah, I was going to say, well, I was going to look for the merits in that comparison. I was thinking, yeah, you know what? I can see what you mean.
It's just dawned on me that you can actually come on here and say whatever the fuck you want. Jesus.
This is going to turn into one of those like Armstrong Vocal Flex streams or something eventually, isn't it?
Do you know
one
he's
of those
still at the club?
Troublesome.
I thought he was sacked. I thought Vocal Flex was sacked, but he's still there apparently. Fair enough. Fair play to Celtic. Rory, pick a number, win a prize. That's how it works.
Can I pick a player and get Melly to name the number?
Yes.
Our favourite all-time great, King of Kings, Ulrich Lawson.
Oh, number 15.
15, okay.
Okay, here we go.
No, wait.
Is he not
23?
Aye.
Was he not 13? No. 16.
16.
There we go.
Was Tabley 16 as well? Can't remember.
Yeah, Tabley was 16.
I have no idea.
Right. Oh, here we go. Bit of history again.
Oh.
In 2000, which Celtic player completed the fastest hat-trick in European football, a record at the time?
Oh,
another O'Neill years one there.
Yep.
Yes.
And a guest on this podcast.
I know this. This has been brought up.
Played part of his career in Cyprus.
A 3-minute hat-trick in European football in 2000.
Junesh Esh.
Virtual.
It's correct.
There
well
we
done.
go.
Well done.
Melly, what does Rory win?
And in keeping with that theme, he wins a O'Neill year's badge. Well done, Rory.
Absolutely tremendous, Rory. There you go. Christmas made. in the Anderson household, mate. Thank you so much for joining us.
Enjoy.
Thank you,
Cheers,
mate.
Ray. Have a good one.
Speak soon. Do you want to know how far back the stream is for people watching at home at the moment? When I look at the stream that they're watching just over my left shoulder here, Mark is still on the stream. Mark from New Mexico is still on the stream at this moment as we talk. That's how far behind the stream is. Mark Long.
Think of the laughs they've got to come, man. Oh, lucky
I know.
them.
They've got so much to look forward to. Although by the time they hear this, they will, of course, be off it.
Melly.
Yes.
Phone. Check your phone.
Oh.
Some information.
Are you just talking about me? Are you texting each other about me? Is that what's happening?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is mad with it. I'm sorry, I can't do it about it.
Melly, Jamie's absolutely gassed.
Oh, keep the heat.
There we go.
Alright,
Oh, it's
right,
Mark
guys.
for Keep the Heat. How are we getting on, mate?
I'm alright, man. Good to see you, boys.
Very,
the great
very
big
good.
mind, the great mind of Keep the Heat podcast.
I'm the other. I'm the other guy. I'm the other guy.
From the viewers, for the viewers'
Straight guy.
benefit, this is Mark, one of the duo that does the Keep the Heat podcast for us. How you getting on, mate?
I'm good, man. I'm good. This has been really enjoyable. Actually, I was no idea what we were actually going to be doing tonight. This is brilliant.
Neither did we.
Neither did we. Had absolutely
Just
no
basically
idea.
sounds like me and Brian's podcast. We're like, what the fuck we doing tonight? Like, go for it. Let's do it, man.
Whatever happens, it always works out in the end.
Mark, this isn't a slight on you in any way, but see, seeing your face and hearing you in my headphones, it's so different because I'm so used to just hearing your voice all the time in my headphones.
Thanks for kidding on that you listen to every podcast as well, mate.
No, I caught the end of the last one when Brian did confirm that he was in fact ginger, so it's another one to add to it. Yeah.
That's absolutely, man. He's always going on about it, man. Never shuts up about it.
So, Mark, you know the rules by now. One Celtic opinion, and you pick a number. Go for it.
Okay. Right, okay. The Celtic opinion, I've had this opinion since the guy joined the club, and I'm a fan of him at points in his career, but Scott Brown, as far as a hard man, is an absolute shite bag.
Stephen is absolutely on this.
And I can prove it. I can prove it. Oh, absolutely. You watch his whole Celtic career. See, when there's an actual 50-50, that's when he tries to be a big man and do the kid on, I'm going to try and nutmeg you, or that drag back. He never gets into a proper 50-50.
Oh, we're learning so much.
Scott Brown pulls out of every 50-50. Rory Anderson in the chat says, Mark, your pods are class, especially during lockdown. Cheers. So we're getting a lot of love
nice one.
for the
Thanks,
Keep the
man.
Heat lads. Keep the...
Thanks,
I did laugh when Scott Brown was doing the hard man routine with Craig Bryson in the Kilmarnock game. Oh no, it's Bryson at Kilmarnock. I kind of keep up with his career. I remember he was at Aberdeen at some point.
Johnson.
Is it St Johnson? Oh yeah. I struggle to keep up with his career. He's been everywhere now. Bit of a Derby legend though. He was a former captain down there. Did really well. But I had
Did he
to
play in
laugh.
that Clyde team that beat us as well?
Yeah, he did. Yeah. So he pulled the hard man routine during that game with Bryson, and I remember thinking the only reason Scott Brown is on camera just now is because the ball has stopped. The ball is out of play, and that's why Scott Brown is on camera.
Well, there's the other point as well is, see if he was properly going into tackles all the time, would he get nutmegged every week?
Scott Brown's European nutmeg is a meme at this point.
It's a bingo square.
So there you go. Right, boys, I can't remember really what numbers. I had my heart set on number 4 because it was my favourite player growing up. Was
that
Jackie
was
Mack.
Stephen Mahey. That was gone.
No, number 4 can still be used. Stephen.
Oh, was it?
No, it's gone, Melly.
It's gone. It's gone.
Well, but he didn't answer the question. But okay.
Melly, it's gone. Okay.
I'll go for is 8 then. Go for
Scott
the
Brown.
Maestro.
8 is, yes.
Maestro. I've known the answer to every other fucking question, by the way. See if I get these right.
I heard it. Absolutely heard it. Here we go. Excuses are already.
Yo, man.
Just before you answer this one, Mark, I'm going to put a wee bit of added pressure on it. This is the main prize of the night. It's just randomly assigned to number 8, but this is the main prize of the night.
Shut up, Ellie. No chance.
This is the star prize. Jesus. Okay, here we go.
Especially when you're on the hot spot, though. It's all very well getting all the other questions right.
I need to keep hitting here, man.
Take your own advice.
It's the belly on fire, head in the freezer. That's what's required here. Right. Spotlight on. This midfielder played for Celtic between 1982 and 1997 and was granted a testimonial against Bayern Munich in 1997.
Peter Grant.
It's correct. He's won the main prize.
See for a bonus point, boys, was that like the night that, and it's not a bonus really, but that Bobby Murdoch died, and that was we're all celebrating that night. Commiserating that night.
Is that so? I think you might be right. Actually,
Bobby Murdoch died a lot later on. He was.
Was it Bobby? There was definitely a Celtic legend that passed away the night that game happened. I can't remember. I thought it was Bobby Murdoch.
Murdoch, I think it was in the 2000s, early 2000s. Maybe I'm sure Murdoch was, but yeah. Well, there we go.
Yeah, what's the prize, man?
Yeah, what's the prize, Melly? Because I don't even know.
Jamie, put your label away. Come on, the people can see your label here.
I'm returning this to the Celtic shop tomorrow.
Put on expenses.
No,
let's keep
tax deductible.
You have won an evening with Jamie Flynn where you get to watch any James Bond of your choice.
GoldenEye, mate. GoldenEye.
Yes.
Melly, be serious. The main prize is...
What is the main prize?
2 gold badges. It's 2 gold badges.
No, congratulations, Mark. You have won the Chris Sutton book.
Oh, a signed Chris Sutton.
It's a signed Chris Sutton book, Melly. Well done for ruining that.
There's already people before Melly, actually, just before you go, Mark, before Melly gave you that prize, there was already people in the chat calling it a fix. So it's good to see
what's that?
Someone that does a podcast for us wins a signed Chris Sutton book. Amazing.
Tell them to shut up, but I pay full price for the Patreon. So
shut up, he pays full price for his Patreon. Thanks very much, Mark, mate.
Thanks, guys, man. Appreciate it. Cheers. See you later. Bye.
And coming up next, by the way, just so you know, in the group chat, apparently what I've been doing here is just adding people to the call. So there's like a group call on Skype.
There's loads of people here.
With like 15 people.
There's 15 people on the call. That's good.
Do you know what? If I asked those people, I told everyone, quit your Skype. That's the only way I know how to do it. I'm afraid to delete anyone from the Skype in case I delete you two, and then I'd be here myself. And Lord knows that would be Melly. Stop looking at your phone on camera. Disaster. This is, guys, the final call coming up of the evening. It is Alan Beans. He's going to be our final contributor. But before we do that, Melly and Stephen, is there anything you would like to contribute to this Christmas party before we go? Would you like to give any of the listeners any final opinions before we go?
No, we weren't prepped for this, so I'm going to...
Okay, that's tremendous. I'm just going to add Alan to the call then. That's absolutely fine. We can roll with the punches.
Pick a random sentence out of your head to deliver right now. No, have a good Christmas, but we'll say that at the end.
We'll say that at the
as
end.
well.
We are well over time here.
Another bumblebee.
There we go. Fuck it. Is that a DH gate or is that an OG?
No. This is a legit original, boys.
Oh, there we are.
There we go.
Right there, I can hear you on this, and I can hear you in the fucking YouTube.
Well,
YouTube.
We can hear
the Bumblebee has been represented.
Yeah, you need
tonight.
to mute your YouTube feed. How's it going, Beansy boy?
I'm fucking smashing, boys. I'm not lying. I'm probably getting a bit outrageous because I've been drinking all day and I've been having a great time.
You're not the only one, pal. You're not the only one. One of the three of us is pished. I'll let you know.
Has been drinking for minutes and minutes and minutes, and he is pished.
Listen, my body is a machine, okay? It's a finely tuned machine. It doesn't take much to get me canned. Right, Beansy boy, you know the script by now. One Celtic opinion and pick a number. And if you get that number wrong, we'll let you pick another one until you win something. That's how it works.
Well, I've got 4 opinions.
Go for it. You're the last caller. The floor's yours.
The lightning round.
Much appreciated. I've got 4. Right, I've got 3 quick ones. 1. I don't enjoy your corporate board jumpers. What's going on with that?
Look, we're just trying to put money back into the club. Okay.
In my defence, I am wearing just a
exactly.
A Christmas jumper.
Stephen is appropriately attired.
Well, look, Beansy boy.
Stephen is dressed like a man opposed to the board. The other 2 seem like men who are quite happy to sit back and watch their club go into mediocrity.
Did you buy that shirt for DHgate or did you buy it for the Celtic shop?
No, I'll tell you, if you can be asked, I'll tell you the story of this shirt because it's quite interesting.
It's a good one though, that's the most important
thing.
No,
it's fucking rubbish. But
Already worth it. Let's proceed.
I'll tell you. I'll give you the highlights. 1997, October, Motherwell 0, Celtic 1. Alan Baines, probably about 15 stone when I was 12. I got an XXL fucking Bumblebee top, and it's only just fit me now, and I'm 37.
I'm so glad this was the last call. This is great.
That's amazing.
So you've grown into it.
What a closer.
Well, in a way.
We're going out with a bang here, gentlemen. I think we can all agree this has been a climax of the evening, this story.
Celtic opinion number 2.
Number 2, we'll keep it to 3 then, right?
Right, okay.
Well, I was on your the old Friday phone-in a couple of months ago, because I'll be honest, I've had a problem, especially with Jamie's opinions on Georgios Samaras.
Good. Bring it on, big man.
And I heard, it's nearly Christmas, and I heard a couple of callers ago giving it absolute fucking full guns to Georgios. I'll give you 3 points in Georgios. Right. 1, greatest looking Celtic football player of all time.
Johan Mjällby disagrees.
Get fucked. Number 2, Samaras Sunday, my second ever trip to the fucking
Piggery
Horror Dome.
Oh, there we go.
Yep. Yes.
The Horror Dome. I love that.
Yeah. And number 3, when I realised he was about to leave Celtic, I thought, "Fuck! I've not got a Georgios Samaras. I've not got a autograph." So I think we're playing. In fact, do you know what? I'll tell you what the game it was. Remember, fucking 4-3 Aberdeen, overhead kick, taps.
Yes.
Going fucking nuts, right? So that was the day I said, "See if this boy leaves and I don't get a picture with him, then I'm going to kill myself." So I'll. It's a bit strong, I know, but he means a lot to me. So I got down the front, waited a bit for him, stood there, and then there he is. He came out like Jesus. He wasn't even walking. He just floated it. He just floated at the front of Parkhead. He came down and he partied all the fans, and he came right down to me and he said, "Alan,
my son,
I love you." And I said, George, I love you too. And then he left. Then he went straight to Glasgow Airport, got on a plane to Greece, and he was gone.
I bet he smells terrific, Georgios Samaras.
He looks expensive, doesn't he?
Yeah,
Georgios Samaras does look expensive.
He's like a Gucci bag inside a Versace jacket.
Right, Beansy boy, pick a number. You're definitely winning something here.
Would you know my third point?
Oh shit! Right, go for it. Go for it. Yeah, go.
The current state of Glasgow Celtic Football Club.
Let's hear it.
Do you know what? Melly says it all. I listen to these every week. Melly, I love your venom. I love the fact Neil. See when you listen to Clyde One that I don't do any much, and fucking some arsehole comes on giving it Neil Francis Lennon. Neil Francis Lennon.
That's a good point, Beansy boy, because there's somebody in the chat has went. Peter Diamonds went. Does Alan Beansy have a middle name?
Samaras.
Alan Samaras Beansy.
Fucking stupid. You see my fucking Twitter.
Sean Atkins says Beansy boy needs to do his own podcast.
Aye, that's.
I'm making a case here. Give me an hour every month, boys. I'll sort you out. We'll get the listens right up.
See, Murphy says, "Go on, Beansy boy."
Fucking honestly, see these cunts. Fucking Neil Francis Lennon. Aye. Anyway, that's it. That's my point.
All right, just the middle name. Oh, it's the worst. It's the worst.
Leaning so heavily on the.
They're arseholes. They don't go to games. They can fuck off. We'll probably lose the league this year, but do you know what? I didn't go on Clyde and say Neil Francis Lennon, so shut up.
Listen, remember the Celtic fans had a candlelit vigil for Neil Francis Lennon outside of Celtic Park when he wasn't dead. Usually that's...
Well,
that's something that's something usually reserved for the dead. Okay, here we go. Beansy boy. Pick a number, win a prize. You're definitely winning a prize. So you're going to just keep picking numbers until you get something right. Okay, so go, mate.
Have we got 18?
Yep, we've got 18.
We do.
Neil Francis Lennon.
Oh, okay, here we go.
What's your tipple, Alan?
I'm drinking Tory Lager, to be honest. I'm on a wee brew dog.
The cancelled Brewdog.
Aye, fucking, I know. I'm a contradiction in terms, if I'm honest.
He's on having a go at us for the board thing and he's drinking Brewdog. That's fine, mate, that's fine.
Nah, don't worry.
Okay, here we go. The final question of the night, picked entirely at random. Let's see how it comes out. Oh, a little bit of geography as well.
Okay, here we go. Right.
Not really. Which ex-Celtic centre forward captained Australia in the 2006 World Cup?
Easy.
Oh, it would be one of the worst players I've ever seen in my life, Chris Killen.
No,
Tom Rogic. Oh, fuck, I've absolutely fucked that, innit?
Chris Killen's from New Zealand. Tom Rogic is not a striker.
Oh, he is.
It's controversial. It's gone off the rails.
Oh, no.
Beansy, you were doing so well up to that point. Have another stab at it. On you go. Stephen, let me have another stab at it. Go. Australian Celtic striker. 2006.
It was not Chris the Deadly Kiwi Killen.
Oh, wait. Oh, 2006?
Yeah.
He's already been mentioned tonight.
Crucial part here is that it was the 2006 World Cup. It doesn't necessarily have to have been at Celtic.
It's Mark Viduka.
Yeah, that's correct. So many questions about Mark Viduka. This is like The Office or something. Stephen, are there any questions not on Mark Viduka?
Melly, what does Beansy Boy win?
Well, Beansy
over a pub.
Well, not quite a kettle, but you can use the kettle to pour your tea into the new TMT mug that you will be on your way.
Giving away far too many mugs for sure, Melly. We should have left you on prices.
What do we reckon we're down?
A bit much for a mug, but you know.
How much are we down? How much are we down in packaging just for the last hour and a half?
Hundreds of pounds.
We're sinking here.
Oh, take the 2 jumpers back to the Celtic shop. That'll cover it. But
I'm taking mine back for sure. Look, there we go. Okay, thanks, Alan. Thanks for joining us, mate. Have a good Christmas.
That was special. Thank you.
Speak to you soon. There we go. That was good.
If anybody deserves a mug, he does.
Yes,
man.
I'm so glad we saved that one to last. That was supposed to be the last call of the night, but Sean Atkins just got in at the last minute.
Oh,
with that, if you've got any spaces left, give me a bell. So this is it. Sean Atkins, you are the last call of the night. I don't know how you follow that. That's like following. I don't know. Name a tremendous.
Brendan Rodgers.
Yeah, that's like name a tremendous stand-up. You know how in stand-up circles you don't always want to come on after a belter of an act. That's like trying to follow.
Susie McCabe.
Lenny Henry. Susie McCabe. There we go. So Sean Atkins, you're the last call. This is actually going okay, considering this is the first time we've ever tried it. It's first class.
Do it more often.
Beansy Boy's got himself a little fan club. So we are phoning Sean Atkins now. And let me see if Sean makes himself available to us. If he doesn't, then we'll just have to call it a night. I'm going to give it 5 more seconds. Nothing happening.
Oh dear.
Let us down.
It's a damn squid. It's a damn squid to end on.
He's absolutely. Oh wait. Let me have a little go. This is it. One more try. No, nothing. We're calling him. This is the problem. See when someone says, if you've got any more space, going to get me on. No, he's absolutely shot the bed. So disappointing. Now, we could have just ended it on the high of Alan Beans. Instead, Sean let us down big time.
Ellie, would you like a question just to close us out?
I
feel like your quizzing muscles are twitching away there, and you've not had a chance to flex them here. Would you like to pick a number? What would you like?
What is left? I will go for number 10, since we're going for 10 in a row.
10. Marc-Antoine Fortuny.
Okay.
Oh. Quite a tricky one. How many Scottish Cups were won by Celtic in the 2000s? Extra point if you can name them all.
Oh. So 2001, 2004, I'll say 5.
You've overshot it. It's 4.
2001,
2004, 2005, and 2007 were the. Yes. And your safety net question: approximately how many Celtic fans travelled to the Spanish city of Seville for the UEFA Cup final against FC Porto?
1 million.
It's correct. Yes. You've nailed
1 million. Sean Atkins is on the chat saying please call me. Please call me.
Oh,
now, I'm trying my
one more
best,
chance.
but I tried my best. It says Sean is unavailable. So Sean, your Skype isn't working, and on that disappointing damp squid, damp squid, Stephen, would you like to sign off and say goodbye? 2 hours. That's 2 hours.
Oh.
And 2 very large whiskies.
Yeah, our call was 2 hours long, but don't forget it took us about 35 minutes to actually appear online. So
Stephen, I can see the broadcast calculator at the top. It's been
right.
1 hour 54 minutes we've been broadcasting for.
It's 2 hours and 1 minute actually.
Oh, it doesn't matter. God.
No, it absolutely doesn't matter at all. But yeah, thanks very much for this, folks. Genuinely, this was a tremendous amount of fun. We didn't know what the hell was going to happen. We had absolutely no idea. We didn't even, past that, we didn't have any plan for it whatsoever. We just basically thought, let's turn up and see how it goes. So thank you, everyone who's not only contributed to it, not only called in, but anyone who's watched it, and hopefully people have enjoyed it. So thank you genuinely to everyone who got involved. And we'll speak to you before then, but face to face here. Have a good Christmas or whatever you celebrate. Have a good holiday, whatever. Cheers.
Melly.
Yes, thanks very much, folks, for tuning in. And, of course, well done to Stephen for getting those questions sorted. But more importantly, I'll echo Blair's words. Well done to Jamie for managing to navigate this while absolutely mad with it.
I am not. That is a lie. I am just mildly pissed. Thank you so much to everyone for joining us on this stream. Thanks, guys, for putting up with all the technical difficulties and the things that we do. Thanks for joining us and contributing. Thanks for everyone who got on this chat and called us. Thanks to Sean Bradley for crashing it twice. I don't know how you did that. I don't know how Skype works. Listen, guys, have a really, really good Christmas. We very much appreciate all your support. Yep. We are, of course, back in these seats for the live preview show for the Cup final. The Friday phone-in is out. I don't know if some people missed it. There was some chat about missing the Friday phone-in.
It's out earlier.
It's definitely out. So thank you so much for joining us, and we will speak. When's the Cup final? Sunday.
Yes.
We'll be back on the bevy for the Sunday, and special thanks to Alan Beans for a tremendous appearance on the show.
Yes, great stories.
Yes. Speak to you very soon, guys. Thanks very much.